Hey, Tony Gasson here, popping in another episode of Talks with Tony. Not sure if it'll be a marathon, meaning multiple, or if it'll just be one. Had to skip over one because it was a little too short. This one is looks like it's short, but it has some text messages in there and some pictures in there, so that kind of make it a little more detailed. So, hello, Mr. Gaskins. I would like to start off by saying that I appreciate your work in everything you do. I've never had anybody to get advice from about relationships and things of that nature. I started watching your videos in 2020 and they have helped me tremendously. I am an 18-year-old female and I know that all of the things that happen are for a reason, but I'm tired of going through the same cycles involving relationships. I'm ready to put an end to them so I can finally be happy. The guys I usually end up talking to are usually in their 20s. The oldest I go for is 23. The problem that I seem to keep having is that they always just want me for and never for a relationship. I could be talking to a guy for a few months. I could be talking to a guy for a few months and I start to like them and I would feel like they like me too. So I would tell them how I felt, but every time it ends the same way. They would say, I'm not ready for a relationship or something like that. And I would respect what they would say and move on. But time would go by and I'd see on social media that they would either talk about how they want to be in a relationship or they would already be in one. When that happens, it makes me wonder if there's something wrong with me or makes me feel like I'm not enough for anyone. I've been in situationships with guys who would put me down because of my skin color because they find lighter skinned women more attractive and they would drop me for a light skinned woman. Because of that, I started to have issues with my looks and started feeling a bit insecure. I've been trying to work on it, but it still hurts me. I'm currently talking to a guy right now and I've told him how I felt and he told me that he messes with me. I'll attach the messages below, but I'm scared it's going to end the same way like all my other situationships have. He's currently in the Air Force and he's stationed a few states away, but he still comes back home from time to time. I really like him and I just want to know if there's any way I could prevent the cycle from happening again because I'm tired of getting hurt. I know that I'm young and that I shouldn't be pressed for a relationship, but I just want to have somebody by my side that cares about me and just doesn't want me for that. I'm just always stuck on wondering why nobody wants to be with me. I hope this message reaches you and God bless you. Below, I've attached some pictures of me and the guy I'm currently talking to and our messages. So, this is another one from February 4th. So, I'm a little behind. Got to do more of these. But it's like, I don't want to just be throwing up 3 videos a day and then I don't want all the videos to be an hour, 2 hours long. But y'all got to bear with me. I'm trying to keep up with y'all, but it's the 21st. It's February 21st. And this from February 4th. And this is what happened to me last time. So listen, don't post the email address. That's why I'm not giving out the email address yet right now because I'm trying to catch up to the other ones. People email still coming in because people seeing the old email address, the old videos where I posted it. Now, this right here, first, sister, I'm gonna say, this very sad. This just how I'm feeling. I feel sad. I feel heartbroken. Like just it make my heart hurt to see that you starting this cycle at 18 years old and you tired of relationships at 18 years old. Can you imagine the women that's 35 that's still single, 45 still single, 55 still single? Like, sis, you going down a path to where it is just gonna be so depressing and you have to this cannot you gotta find a goal. You gotta set a goal. Like you need to shift your mindset. I don't know if it's too late because of high school to try to want to be a doctor or a lawyer or I mean you could be a fashion designer or you could be anything. It's not too late, but I see your pictures here and it kind of I can now it looked like okay. So now this sister here remind me of my sister. You know, she brown skin. She like my color. The hairstyle, I can't tell no more whether it's be y'all hair or weave, but it, you know, it's the straight down hair coming about right here. Look like a color is in it, like a reddish or brunettish something. I don't know what color brunette is, but like a reddish brown. And she wear it tucked behind her ears because she got a big bar earring, a bar earring that go through this top part of the ear. Now she only 18 and she already got this. She couldn't have had this. And so she got the bar earring, and then she wear her eyebrows kind of thick. They thick, but they got an arch, you know, like this right here. And then she wear lashes, and I could see from the side the lashes come on out about right there. And she got a nose ring, and it's the little stud right here, but it go into the nose. So on this picture over here, let me look at you with my good eye. On this picture over here, it look like you got a boogie in your nose. That's why I really don't care for nose ring, because it always look like you got a boogie in your nose. And then she got a lip gloss popping, like the song. Just lip gloss, it's not a color. And then the loop earring, the hoop earring, I don't think I've seen a hoop earring that big. But that hoop about this size right here. That hoop this size. And then she got a tattoo on her forearm. So, sister, as you could tell by this, me describing your picture, you really done put yourself in a box. You know, you done put yourself in a box. Like, the goal is to, you know, have your style, but to be ambiguous. You know, you don't want to, especially when you're so young, before you got a job, a real job, before you got any money. It's like when you get to where you trying to go in the world, then you get to do what you want to do. But we have this thing to where, oh, I'm going to do what I want to do, and people got to accept me for me. No, that's not true. That's not true. We have to look the part. Like, we gotta look the part. If I was your daddy or your brother, I'd tell you, listen, take that thing out your ear. Take that bar out your ear. Because that make you look crazy. Because it's like, it don't make sense. Like, it don't make logical sense. Like, we know about this here earring. We know an earring go in your ear, but when you put that whole bar through there, it make it look like you screaming for attention. It make it look like you doing the most. And it look like Instagram is raising you. It look like Instagram and Snapchat and YouTube is raising you, because you got all of these piercings at 18 years old. And you got the full you got tattoo on your arm. Look like it's a tattoo unless it look like a tattoo, unless it's henna or something. And then look like on the other hand, I see another tattoo. And that fingernail, them fingernails long. It's like, sister, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You got to look at your influences. And so what you got to do is you got to sit down and you got to say, okay, where did I get my style from? Where did I get my style from? Who is she? Who are they? And what do they do for a living? Like, what do they do for a living? What do they have going on? Like, how old are they? They may say they own a boutique, an online boutique. Like, your style remind me of the City Girls. I think maybe like what's her name, JT or Young Miami. It remind me of the City Girls. It also, this look, sis, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, but I want you to understand, this look is the look of millions of strippers on their off day. Like, it looked like, and with the dress, you know, you got the black dress, bodycon fitting, is low cut, so I could see this whole side of your breast right here is low cut. So it come down here, and it just, the message that you sending, and this is what a lot of women don't understand, and this is what I try to help y'all understand, is like, you have to look at your influences. Like, men, it's sad how we are as men. Men are superficial creatures. Men are superficial, and men are judgmental. And so when you talking to these men, man, it's going to be a painful video. They're gonna be a painful video because I'm gonna tell you like this right here. Nobody daddy saying this. That's why my first book is titled "What Daddy Never Told His Little Girl." This video gonna hurt me. This video gonna hurt me because you know why it's gonna hurt me? Because the truth hurt, and we just don't want to hear the truth. Like, I did a video the other day that had me cringing when I was done. I'm like, Tony, you gotta delete this video. It's just too much truth. It's too much truth. I moved it to the member section, to the Blessed Tribe, because the Blessed Tribe, when you pay to be a part of a group, you seeking knowledge, you seeking growth. So the Blessed Tribe, 90% of them, they're more mature than your everyday person, than you just passerby on YouTube. So the real tough stuff I have to put in for members only, because it's people who they support the channel enough to where they putting support into the channel. They paying $1.99 to be on the channel, a member of the channel. So they have watched enough video. You don't do that when you only watched a couple videos. They don't watch enough videos. They know my heart. They know where I'm coming from. So I just have to preface that when I be sharing this stuff, because one thing I noticed, it's people telling the truth. Like, it's men telling the truth, but they telling it from a place to where they want to hurt you. They want you to feel bad. They want you to feel less than. They want you to feel what you feeling right here in this right here. Boy, listen here, that drained me. And you done took the boy name out your phone, and you got 175 notifications. You got 175 other messages. So it must mean, I would like to think that means you have your notifications on from your social media, like your Instagram or your Snapchat or whatever, and it's texting you every time somebody like your picture or hit the heart button or share or do something. Because to have 175 messages, that's insane. And you got to realize, I'm a business owner, several things going on, and my notification on my cell phone never say 175. So that's one issue you need to work on. Cut off all the notifications. Cut off all them notifications. If you're doing that much texting, you need a lot less people. You need to change your number. You need to change your number. So that should never be over like 5 or 10. Like, cut off the notifications so that stuff don't come to your phone. Like, stop letting social media run your life. Yeah, I could tell that you did not say anything about your mom and dad, but I could tell that your parents is tied up. They busy doing something. Your parents is busy doing something. I do not know what they doing. Parents, listen, this is what you got to take a lesson of. This is your daughter right here. This is your daughter right here. This finna be a long sermon right here. This is your daughter, 18 years old, in the bathroom, taking selfies, worrying about these clowns at 18 years old. This taking so much energy from her dreams, from her goals, from who she could be, from what she could be doing. It's draining her. And completely influenced by social media, by music artists. Like, the outfit looked like just like our rappers. Like our young, it's like the underground rappers and the underground R&B artists, how they look, the black women, how they be really slim. Like, she literally looked like 110 pounds. They be really slim. They be brown skin. They have their weave. They have their piercings. They have their lashes. Sister, I'm going to tell you, them lashes need to be half the length that your lashes are. You got to do half the length. Do not. And on your earrings, I'm going to tell you now, take that bar out your ear and just put your little hoop or just put your little stud in there. My wife tell me I could be old-fashioned, but you got to listen. I'm a married man going on 15 years, and I don't look terrible. I could cheat on my wife if I want to, and I'm 100% faithful. So you got to understand what kind of man that y'all looking for. If you looking for a man that's gonna have integrity, that's gonna be a real man, that's gonna be in the home with the children, that's going to get over his ego, that's going to learn how to communicate, that's going to be faithful to you, that man is going to be conservative. That man is not going to be no wildflower, no butterfly, no wild man who into all kind of stuff. That man is going to be very disciplined. That man is going to be very conservative. And it's going to feel like, and a lot of times, y'all women, I don't know what y'all be trying to express, but I'm seeing a lot of women do this with all the different color hair, all the crazy designs, all really strong, crazy, wild designs on the nails, all kind of piercings, all kind of so much. Like, I don't know if this like some type of rebellion because you feel like America or the world had its foot on your neck. I do not know what it is, but listen, you got to have a balance. Like, you cannot be out here just with too much going on. I look at my niece, my 18-year-old niece, single mom. My sister got 3 kids. I think my niece got a belly ring. I think now she got a nose ring. Just be experimenting. I got to send her $500 today. I told her I'm sending it till she graduate, which is in May. Because I might be messing her life up more. Giving her $500 a month to spend the way she getting all kind of stuff. My niece this age, 18 years old. She don't have a boyfriend to my knowledge. And she not all into boys that much because she look at her mama life. And I think her mama life probably done scared her straight. But from all she done seen her mama go through. But listen. And now the boy she sent the picture of. I wish I could show these pictures because I can't. Nah, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, okay. Now this boy here, okay. Y'all remember Kid and Play? The light-skinned one, not the brown-skinned one. The light-skinned one, I don't know whether he was Kid or Play. That's who this boy here looked like, but just like a more athletic version. You know, he got like a bigger cheekbone. He looked tall like that. He looked tall. He looked like a failed athlete. Meaning, because she say he in the Air Force. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, and y'all do not want to hear this. And forgive me to the people that's in the Air Force. That's in the military. 90% of black men that go to the service is because we lost. It's because we don't know what to do with our life. 90%. I'm going to say 90% is because 90% of the black men. Because when you of color in America, you do not feel like America loves you. So at what sense do it make to go sign up where you could be sent to die for a country that don't love you? So the only reason why you would do that is not out of patriotism. It's so that you could have a steady income, so that you could have benefits, so that your college could be paid for, and so that you could get the GI Bill, so that you could get the VA assistance. It's like, them recruiters make it sound like such a sweet deal. I signed up. I took the ASVAB or whatever it's called. I went and did the physical test, the push-up, sit-up, all this and that. My recruiter told me, you got the athleticism and you got the score to be an Airborne Ranger. Airborne Ranger probably one of the scariest jobs in the service, because he say you the one that you in the helicopter and you jumping out with the parachute and you getting dropped in the woods. You getting dropped over there and you going in, boom, you like special forces. You going in to take out who we need to take out over there. And that's what the man told me he want me to do, and that's what I signed up as. He said this come with a $250,000 signing bonus. Being an athlete who played football in college, this was after I got kicked off my football team. When I heard signing bonus, I'm thinking like, man, athletes get a signing bonus of like $250K. But then the catch was, well, you don't get it for the first 2 years, because the first 2 years you in training. to be an Airborne Ranger. You got to be trained. You got to be highly trained. And only 5% graduate Airborne Ranger training. So 5 people out of 100. That's how hard it is. 5 men or women out of 100. He say only 5% make it out. I bet some of them die. They don't tell you that number because they're training hard now. Then he say, then your $250,000 signing bonus is spread out over 10 years. So your base pay may be this way back in the day. This 2005 when I was looking into this, 2007. He said your base pay may be $33,000 a year, but then you're gonna get $25,000 on top of that over 10 years. So it ain't no $250K check deposited into your account. So listen, when you young, when you ignorant, when I'm ignorant in the literal sense of the word, that sound like a sweet deal. You got health benefits. If you get married, now we gonna add another $1,200 a month to your pay, another $1,800 a month. It was something like that, 1,200 or 18. So that's why a lot of young men, a lot of men going into the military get married. Marry a woman don't even want to be with, don't even plan to be with, don't even plan to be faithful to, but will marry that woman. So I'm sharing this so y'all understand more of the mindset, because nobody share this because it's anti, American or whatever, but that's the truth. And the people who get in there, they get in there and they forgot where their mind was when they signed up. And then some of them, they become very successful. They start making 6 figures. Later, 20 years in, or how many ever years in, they become a captain, lieutenant, whatever the terms is. They get out. They got a nice check. If they might get disability check, they might get this kind of check, that kind of check. They got their house, no money down. So then they start to, and they made it out. They live. So then they say, hey, yeah, go. That's a good thing. That's a noble thing. It's a respectable thing. And all that may be true, but I'm talking about the root of why most people do it. Because it really don't make sense to go sign up and defend a country that don't defend you. That you could be slain in the middle of the street, by law enforcement and nothing happened to them. So it don't really make sense when you think about it. So I signed up, but my daddy threatened to kill himself. Call it whatever term you call it, but that's how adamant he was. He said, son, if you go, he said, George Bush in office. He said, if you going to war and I won't be able to sleep. He said, son, I'll kill myself. My daddy don't play like that. So for him to say that, I said, okay, I guess he just think I'm just so soft and cotton. I guess he went to the service. He was in the Army. And he was in there for 3 or 4 years. And I guess based on his experiences and being in Germany and what have you, he just felt like it wasn't a thing for me. Maybe he saw me doing this. Like maybe he saw that I had other gifts or something. I don't know. But I was getting ready to go. My wife said no. My dad said no. Then my wife, after me pressuring, she finally said yeah. But then my dad said, son, if you go, your wife gonna leave you. Your wife gonna cheat on you or she gonna leave you. And I'm gonna kill myself. When he said that, I said, okay, something going on with this here. So I biked out, and then look at me today. I ain't had nothing else to do, so I wrote a book. And I started pushing my book. I started doing this right here. So I say that to say, and this is just a little sidebar from this right here. To all of y'all that think about getting ready to go to that service, make sure you're going for the right reason. Like it's 1 million scholarships to pay for your college. I got a lot of students. Dr. Jen Price, one of my clients, she got a whole system that start working with kids in the 9th grade to help them take the class they need to take so that they can get the scholarships for college to pay for their school. Like that ain't the only way to pay for school now. So make sure you going because you love this here country and you want to be in a position to help serve. Don't do it for the other stuff. Do it because of your patriotism and your love. And so I say that to say, this young man right here, I could tell by this picture he taking in his bathroom. that you sent me that he lost. And now when I say kid and play, so what he got the little mushroom top. He got the hair come up about right here, like this, and it's the little curly fro. The little curly fro, you know, he real light skinned, so he could be light skinned, black, or he could be biracial. He could be black and white, or black and Hispanic, or you know, or his grandparents could be one of his grandparents could be biracial. Or if he looked biracial. I know there's light-skinned black. Y'all, I can get on my nerves with that. Emailing in after a video, after we talking about color. Tony, there is all shades of black people in Africa. Listen, everybody know that. Everybody know that. But that still could mean people is mixed. Like, so listen. He looked like a light-skinned black guy. Look like he 75 to 90% African, black, black, and then it look like it could be 10 to 20%, 25%, whatever percentage left of white, or look like some white. And so he looked like a lot of the NBA players that you see today, a lot of the college athletes and stuff. He looked tall to me. Based on the picture, he looked like he could be 6'3". He looked like he could be about 6'6", but I don't know, the picture be deceiving. But the reason why I say he just got a long face, so it just looked like that long face got to go with a tall, he got like long jaw, long face, got to go with a 6'6" body, looked like to me. And so he think he looked good. He took in a picture and he kind of got the duck lips, like what a lot of women do. He think he looked good, and then he got the eyebrows kind of up. He think he looked good, and women have made him feel like that. Now see, he light skinned, she brown skinned, which y'all call dark skinned. So y'all understand it, just for the sake of terminology. So she feel bad about her skin color. You feeling bad about your skin color because guys would leave you for light-skinned women. Light-skinned women, they having them a season right now. It wasn't a thing when I got with my wife. I really approached my wife because I was looking for somebody to sleep with. I was looking for a one-night stand. I thought my wife was a Puerto Rican. I didn't know that she was Jamaican, and that she black Jamaican and Indian Jamaican. I didn't know that. I thought she was a Puerto Rican, which Puerto Ricans probably mixed, be like that too. It's a nationality, but we call it a race. Like Jamaican is a nationality, not a race. Puerto Rican is a nationality, because them mixes be from Africa and stuff. Be from Africa and India and France and Italy and Ireland, be from all kind of stuff, but we just get lumped into the country name. And so we think that that's a race, and Puerto Ricans be racist, and Jamaicans be looking down on black Americans, and vice versa. And it's like, listen, what are we doing? We all come from all human race come from Africa. We need to stop with all this classism and racism and all of that. It's just foolishness. And so light-skinned women, the reason why light-skinned women are, so I say that to say, is I didn't choose my wife because she was light-skinned. I actually wanted a woman who was my color or darker. My ex-girlfriend was probably a shade or two darker than me. But I was just big on just lineage, and it's just me, and it's just melanin and just having color. My mama is real light skinned, so my mama probably a shade lighter than my wife, and so she don't know if she mixed or anything like that. She looked like a black person, but she just light. So of course black people come in all shades. Now my daddy is my color, so my mama lighter like my wife, and my daddy my color. And my daddy got some kind of mix in my daddy's side. And so when I got cheated on in college by a white woman, I wanted to get furthest as I could from white women. And I had to block a couple white women because when I talk about race, I talk openly and freely about this stuff, and they got offended that I don't feel like that they are prized. I'm not racist. I'm not racist. My best friend white. His wife white. I ain't racist. I'm just real. I'm just telling like what it is. I dated a white woman in college. She slept with 4 of my teammates and one of the basketball players. She slept with 5 other black men. I stayed with her for that rest of the school year because it was just a couple months left because I was trying to have a straight face. I ain't want my teammates to feel like they won. Really, I was the dummy. But that summer, I broke up with her. And I wanted to get furthest away from white. And I went to a black woman that was at my college. That was my color, maybe a shade or 2 darker. And that lasted 2 years. And I met my wife. But I thought my wife, I was looking for me a one-night stand. I was out there, a woman, I was sleeping around, doing whatever. So I said, the old Puerto Rico right there. So I'm thinking that was a Puerto Rico. So I approach her and, we end up connecting later. Just talking. And then she told me she's Jamaican. So now where I'm from, and a lot of people don't want to talk about this, don't want to admit this, but when I was dating the white young lady, my mama told me, this is my mama words verbatim. A lot of people don't want to have these conversations. And white people do it too, because I talk to black, white, Mexican, everything through middle school and high school. And me and all my friends did that. Men, you experiment. You really not racist as men in the sense of, yeah, you got racist men like publicly, but them same men who was in the Ku Klux Klan, I guarantee you sleeping with black women. Guarantee it. They'll sleep with a black woman in a heartbeat, but yet be in the Klan meeting. Talking about the N-word and burning crosses. But I guarantee you, that's how slaves started being mixed. That's how it started being biracial slaves. It was the slave master and the slave master's sons and brothers and cousins sleeping with the black women. And that's what all that right there come from. So understand this right here. Men really don't worry about color. But it come on society standards that determine what you could date. And so my mama, she said to me, Tony, you're a good black man. And if I feel like, there was her talk, she said, I feel like white women got everything. White women got everything. And they also want to take the best of our men. I don't want you being with no white girl because they got everything. And then they want the best of our men. Meaning that they don't want you till you the most successful or the most handsome or you the star athlete is what she was saying. And my daddy said, he said, son, this young lady remind me of Devil in a Blue Dress from the Denzel Washington movie. I think that's what it was called. My grandma called me. Baby, your mama told me you talking to white women. Baby, my grandma from Selma, Alabama. She said, please don't bring no white girl home. She said, baby, them people done did too much to us. She said, baby, I done seen too much. I done been through too much, baby. She said, please, Lil Tony. Please, Lil Tony. My name was Lil Tony. So now we having this real conversation that a lot of people don't like to have. That's why this is the realest channel right here on YouTube without no cussing. Because we have to have real conversation across the line because it's white women in the blessed tribe. It's white men who follow the channel too. But we got to have this real conversation. 2 of the white young ladies that I dealt with in high school, they daddy went to my daddy. No, one of them daddy went to my daddy and said, hey, my daughter can't be with a black guy. She won't get a job. She won't get a scholarship. This real life now. This in the 2000s. This in the new millennium. So you see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of colorism. So this guy being light-skinned, a lot of time opposites attract. So a lot of light-skinned guys want a brown-skinned woman. And then a lot of brown-skinned women want a light-skinned man. And then a lot of light-skinned women want a brown-skinned man. Start paying attention to the couples. And you're going to see black women with white men more and more today. You're going to see white men with black women more and more today. You're going to see light-skinned women with darker skinned men. You're going to see darker skinned men with lighter skinned women, whether that's a white woman or whether that's a light skinned woman or a Hispanic woman. The reason why this happens is because as humans across the board, we typically hate ourselves. So a lot of times people think that it's just about colorism, but at least 50% of the time is self-hate. So it's not that a black man think that a white woman is better or a light-skinned woman is better, or a dark-skinned man. It's that he hate his skin, and vice versa. The same thing with a black woman who get with a white man or whatever kind of lighter man. It's she hate her skin. We are made to hate ourselves. And sometimes white people have self-hate too, because they feel unrightfully privileged. They feel it's unfair that I was born white and I got this advantage, and I want to be with somebody who understands the struggle, who got some plight, and I want to be a blessing to them. You know, sometimes that happens as well. Y'all got to realize I've been in the trenches in relationships now for 15 years. So my whole study, while you working for somebody else, I'm working on relationships. While you working for yourself and your own company, I'm working on relationships. So I get to study these dynamics and really become a relationship scientist and get to the root of it. There are exceptions to the rule. If you're the exception to the rule, I'm not talking to you. Hush. We're not trying to hear about 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000. We're talking about the rule. And so now this is where this here come from. At 18 years old, this young lady already hate herself. At 18 years old, she already going and getting all these piercings, all the big old earrings, all these tattoos, trying to create a persona. But sister, what you got to understand is you putting yourself into a box. You boxing yourself in. You're going to make it harder to get a job. You're going to make it harder to get clients if you start your own business, because you putting yourself in a box and you coming with a look that come from certain areas, that certain hoods, certain neighborhoods. And it doesn't make you ambiguous to where you could cross all different things. And this is not cultural either. So it'd be different if what you holding on to represents something culturally. This right here is a subculture, you know, with the earring through up there, which that could come from culture, but you're not connected to Africa. You're not connected to the tribe. So this right here is just a fad. It's just a trend. Same thing with them big old hoop earrings. We do that stuff and don't. If it comes from Africa and a tribe in Africa, we don't know nothing about that tribe. Now, it's different if you know something about that and you doing that for that reason. But when you're doing it because you saw your favorite rapper or your favorite influencer or your favorite whoever, you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you boxing yourself in, you limiting yourself. Now, I could tell this guy, he took one picture like this. This is phone. This is how his picture look. He ain't got no hat on. He like this right here. He ain't smiling. And the other picture, he like that. Boy, you don't look good, boy. Boy, you don't look good. He swear he look good, boy. I can tell how men be doing that. And I'm going to tell you like this right here. Ladies, you got to be very careful with men who take selfies. That might be 50 to 70% of men, but that means you got to be careful with 50 to 70. If a man takes selfies and posts them, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. It is not a masculine trait to take selfies. And fellas, forgive me if I'm stepping on your toes. It's not a masculine trait to take selfies and post them. Now, if you're taking a selfie to send to your mom so that she got more pictures of you, or your wife or your girlfriend, where your wife or girlfriend could take pictures of you. This right here posted on social media because the picture got his Snapchat thing on it. and the other one got a filter on it. These his social media post pictures. He posting pictures of himself, and I could tell by the way he hold his mouth and the way he got his brows furrowed, he think he a prize. And the thing is, sister, is you going and you trying to get you a man who you think is a prize. You trying to go for, he over 6 foot tall. Probably got him a 6-pack of abs because he look athletic. Then he light skinned. It's the opposite of you, and you don't like your skin because you done been left by men for light skinned women. But you going for the same color and complexion that men be leaving you for. And this right here, so what he gonna do? Yes, brown skinned women are being looked down upon. And it's come from the media. It comes from the media. It comes from the white media fearing black skin, fearing melanin. And so they choose light-skinned people because light skin is labeled as racially ambiguous. That's how I said being ambiguous in your look, meaning not having something that's too limiting, that's boxing you in. That's what they do in marketing. They want racially ambiguous. So they want white and they want racially ambiguous. And racially ambiguous means that when you look at the person, so like this guy that I'm looking at, because he light skinned, we assume he could be black and white, he could be black and Asian, he could be black and Hispanic, he could be Hispanic, he could be Asian, not Asian because his hair, is like a black man hair. But it's not real coarse. He got a little curly hair. It's almost like my son Tatum. For those of you who've seen pictures of my son Tatum, that's like the texture of this guy's hair. And he looked probably how Tatum gonna look when he this age. And that would be considered still racially ambiguous because other multiple races could see themselves in this. And so when you pay attention to the marketing, and a lot of times when you see a black commercial, now they're using black women, meaning brown skinned women. I don't like saying the term dark skin. I just don't, just because it's not really dark. What we be calling dark skin. It's not really dark. It's like you brown skin. And so when you see commercials, like I've been seeing car commercials with brown skinned women, they give us our own car commercial. I was in one for Ford. I was in a commercial for Ford. But when I signed on, they said this is going to be an internet commercial. Then they say, hey, we want you to sign this to authorize it for TV. I said, I'm not going to authorize that for TV because I would have charged y'all more money. Y'all said it's for the internet. So I didn't sign it. So the commercial didn't get to go to TV. But that commercial was 4 different social media influencers who had a story, and all of us was black. So when the media does marketing to black people, they use all black people. They don't integrate us. The whole commercial was all black people, and Ford was marketing to black people to buy the car. And it's like, why not put a black person and a white person and an Asian person and a Hispanic person and have the same commercial? It's like, black people, we not racist. We ain't racist because we didn't have the power to be racist. We may be retaliatory. We may be upset. We may be angry, but from being the way we were treated. But on average, black people ain't racist. So it's like we buy stuff all day, every day from commercials that got all white cast. But for some reason, the media, they segregationists. And so when they want to market to black people, they use all black people. And when they want to market to everybody else, they'll use white people and or racially ambiguous people. And so this is the thing. Because of this, brown-skinned women, your brown-skinned woman like you who's struggling internally with your skin color because you say some men have spoke down to you about your color, you then now operate from a place where you are seeking approval. You seeking approval from this light-skinned man who is tall, athletic build, you seeking his approval. Because if he chooses you as a brown-skinned woman, then you feel validated. If he leaves you, if he cuts you off, and then you see him later post a woman who light-skinned, you then will feel crushed. And you got to stop believing the hype. You got to stop believing the hype. Because black women of all shades is the most beautiful creatures on the earth. To white men too. To white men, they can't admit it just societally. But when my wife was competing in the fitness competitions, do you know what color they spray all of the white people? They spray them my color. I say, so why do all the white people got to get sprayed my color? And they say because your muscles look better. The muscles pop more and the muscles look better with color. What do that tell you? Them white men and them white women go stand naked and get spray tan from head to toe. Be looking an absolute mess. Be looking an absolute mess. But they do that color because that's the lights that's on the stage bouncing off that brown skin. They get spray painted brown, or they be kind of goldish brown. Completely white people. Now, the black people, like my wife, even my wife color, she did not have to do a spray tan. I can't remember if she did it sometimes, but no, she didn't have to do the spray tan. And she light skinned. And that's what they was trying to get the white women that color. And sometimes they be a little darker than my wife. And the black people, of course, they didn't have to do the spray tan. And I'm like, this racist. Let the white people go up there with their muscles in their skin. And let the black people go up there with their muscles in their skin. And just look at the muscles. Like, what do it matter about you still, if a white man got muscles, we can see he got muscle. It's like, but see, that go to show you how deep this color lines run. And what I'm noticing is a lot of people is operating from self-hate. A lot of people operating from self-hate. Now, let me look at the text thing now. I'm on my phone, so I always be forgetting. Let me see what your name is. Okay, he the blue. No, he the blue. No, you the blue. I like you. I know that you probably don't feel the same way, but I just needed to get that off my chest.